Welcome to Atma Darshanam, Krishna Katha with me, Mayuri. In the previous episode, we were seeing that Devaki got married to Vasudeva and they both were returning home in the chariot and Kamsa drove the chariot. Suddenly, a miraculous sound vibrated from the sky and announced to Kamsa that Devaki and Vasudeva's eighth son will kill Kamsa. Kamsa became furious and was about to kill Devaki. Vasudeva stopped Kamsa and said, "You're the most famous king of Bhoja dynasty, and people know that you are the greatest warrior. How is that you are so infuriated that you are prepared to kill a woman who's your own sister at this auspicious time of her marriage? Why should you be so much afraid of death? Death is already born along with your birth. From the very day you took your birth, you began to die. Final death is inevitable, and you definitely know all of this. Then why are you so furious upon hearing a random message from the sky?" Kamsa took some time to think, but Kamsa was not ready to be pacified because his association was demoniac. Although Kamsa was born in a very high royal family, because of his demoniac association, he was a demon. A demon never cares for any good instruction. He is just like a determined thief. One can give him moral instruction, but it will not be effective. That is the difference between devas and demons. Those who can accept good instruction and try to live their lives in that way are called devas, and those who are unable to take such good instruction are called demons. Vasudeva, after deliberating on how to save his wife, began to speak to Kamsa with great respect, although Kamsa was the most sinful man. "My dear brother-in-law, please consider that you have no danger from your sister. You are awaiting some danger because you have heard a voice in the sky, but the danger is to come from the sons of your sister who are not present now. Considering this, you are safe now and you have no danger from your sister. If Devaki gives birth to sons, I promise that I shall present all of them to you for necessary action." Kamsa knew the value of Vasudeva's word of honor, and he was convinced by his argument. For the time being, he decided not to kill his sister. Years passed by, and when the first son was born, Vasudeva kept his word of honor and immediately brought the child before Kamsa. Although it was very painful for Vasudeva to hand over the newly born son to Kamsa, Kamsa was very glad to receive him. But Kamsa became a little compassionate with the behavior of Vasudeva. He was surprised to see Vasudeva keeping his promise and hence said, "Vasudeva, you need not present this child to me. I am not in danger from this child. I have heard that the eighth child born to you will kill me. Why should I accept this child unnecessarily? You can take him back." Vasudeva immediately returned home with the firstborn child. Although he was pleased by the behavior of Kamsa, he could not believe him because he knew Kamsa was uncontrolled. At that time, the great sage Narada came to Kamsa. He was informed of Kamsa's becoming compassionate to Vasudeva and returning his firstborn child. Narada was very eager to inform Kamsa that in Vrindavana, personalities like Nanda Maharaj and all other Gopalas and Gopikas were born, and all of their friends and well-wishers were actually devas. Narada warned Kamsa to be careful of them and Since Kamsa and his friends and advisors are all demons, demons are always afraid of devas. After being thus informed by Narada about the appearance of the devas in different families, Kamsa at once became very much alarmed. He understood that since the devas are already prepared and appeared, Lord Vishnu must be coming soon. He immediately arrested both Vasudeva and Devaki and put them behind the prison bars. Vasudeva and Devaki gave birth to a male child year after year, and Kamsa, thinking each of the babies to be incarnation of Vishnu, killed them one after another. He was particularly afraid of the 8th child, but after the visit of Narada, he came to a conclusion that any child might be Krishna. Therefore, it was better to kill all the babies who took birth from Devaki and Vasudeva. He made further alliances with demons Banasura and Bhaumasura and became the strongest. He also began to behave in a demoniac way towards Yadu dynasty, believing that Krishna will take birth into Yadu dynasty. When Devaki became pregnant for the 7th time, a planetary expansion of Krishna known as Ananta appeared within her womb. Devaki was overwhelmed with both joy and lamentation. She was joyful because she could understand that Lord Vishnu has taken shelter within her womb, but at the same time, she was sorry that as soon as her child would come out, Kamsa would kill him. But Lord had plans. Rohini is one of the wives of Vasudeva, and she was residing at the house of Nanda Maharaj and Queen Yashoda in Vrindavana. Not only Rohini, but many others in the Yadu dynasty were scattered all over the country due to their fear of the atrocities of Kamsa. Yogamaya is the principal potency of Krishna. Lord Krishna informed Yogamaya to transfer Anantasesha, who is within the womb of Devaki, to the womb of Rohini. After this transfer, Lord Krishna will personally appear in the womb of Devaki with full of his potencies. And Yogamaya shall appear as the daughter of Nanda and Yashoda in Vrindavana. Rohini, who was residing in Vrindavana, thus became pregnant and delivered a son, and he was named Balarama. When this was done, people thought that Devaki's 7th pregnancy had been a miscarriage. After this arrangement, Lord Krishna entered within the mind of Vasudeva as the Lord himself with full of inconceivable potencies. It is understood in this connection that Lord Krishna first of all situated himself in the unalloyed heart of Vasudeva and was then transferred to the heart of Devaki. When Vasudeva was sustaining the form of Supreme Godhead, he appeared just like the glowing sun whose shining rays are always unbearable. Krishna thus entered the body of Devaki from the body of Vasudeva without being subject to any of the conditions of an ordinary living entity. Krishna appeared in Devaki's womb, and Devaki looked so wonderfully beautiful. Kamsa saw the divine beauty of Devaki and concluded that Krishna had taken shelter in her womb. He could distinctly understand that there was some wonderful miracle that's happening in the womb of Devaki. He patiently waited for the delivery of the child, expecting to kill him as he has done previously with the other babies of Devaki. Devaki was very much afraid of her brother Kamsa because he has already killed so many of her children. So she was very anxious about Krishna. In the Vishnu Purana, it is stated that in order to pacify Devaki, all the devas along with their wives used to visit her to encourage her not to be afraid that her son would be killed by Kamsa. Krishna, who was within her womb, was to appear to diminish the burden of the world and also to protect Devaki and Vasudeva. In this episode, it's clearly understandable that Krishna had been transferred from the mind and heart of Vasudeva to the mind of Devaki and from there to her womb. Stay tuned with Atma Darshanam to know more about the birth of Lord Krishna in Krishna Katha series. Thank you.